The Allegheny Journal has found Cyndy Littleton, who's the executive director of the Clifton Forge School of the Arts. And she joins us today to talk about one of the neatest events in the entire region throughout the year, Kriskindlmarkt. Welcome, Cyndy.
Thank you. Good morning. How is everybody?
Geez, you've got such a huge thing going on this next week. I know there's lots of new things to talk about. Just in general, tell the public, what is Kriskindlmarkt?
Kriskindlmarkt is a German style market, which is going to include high quality artisanal goods, everything from fused glass to soaps, German food. We're going to have German music on Friday night with Willie Hayes and the Alpen Travelers. We've got German style beer, Glühwein, which is a hot mulled wine, and all kinds of things to put you in a really good holiday spirit.
You know, Cindy, at first when this started, I think this is your 14th year. I thought, well, this is pretty a small artsy thing, mainly for women, and well, I'm going to drop by. And and it was so interesting. There was all kinds of singing going on, festive music, really cool artisans of all kinds. And I said, hey guys, this is a Christmas market for you too. Gifts galore and that kind of idea, huh?
Most definitely. I was actually in the first Kriskindlmarkt. I'm a potter by trade. And I do remember us growing over the last 14 years because I've been here since day one to this year, but in a much different capacity. I'm going from a vendor to the executive director, which may also put me in charge of the Kriskindlmarkt along with a team that I have. The Kriskindlmarkt has grown considerably to the point where we've expanded out of the mill and to include a 60 by 80 tent where we've got our food and our music. And this year's music will continue to include our children's string program through our local string group. So our children are going to be playing Christmas carols. Some of our instructors are going to be playing music as well. It's just an event for all ages, men and women and children as well.
I think I saw Santa there one of these years back in the corner, but I mean that was always a hit. Well, it's a festive atmosphere, which is really cool, and you're making such great use of the building. This is such a hoot. I can imagine the old hardware store owners even conceiving that anything could be transpurposed into what you guys have done there. And by the way, Cindy, it's a long way from the fields helping football players with injuries to the executive director's position at the Clifton Forge School of the Arts. I remember you, lady. You may have forgotten, but I don't. And I thought, wow, this lady's full of energy. Anyway, that's an aside.
Athletic director to executive director, I guess you could say. We go
Yeah.
back quite a while, Jerry.
All right, I've got your number, lady. Anyway, so lots of fun, lots of good eats, plenty of time to enjoy it. And let me make sure I've got this correct. When people want to be a part of Kriskindlmarkt, like as a vendor, maybe initially, well, there may have been some slots open, but this year, I didn't you tell me there were X number of slots, but maybe 2 or 3 times the number who would like to have been a vendor.
The Kriskindlmarkt has gotten very popular, and it has now become a juried event. We had over 86 applicants for 43 places.
Wow.
3 vending spots. So it's gotten competitive, which it always hurts to tell somebody no, especially when you pour your heart into your handmade goods. But for the individuals that are coming to see Kriskindlmarkt, they're going to see top quality, beautiful goods. And to be honest with you, Jerry, I do all my Christmas shopping in one day at Kriskindlmarkt. And I know that everybody's going to get a wonderful gift, and it's handmade, which just makes it that much more special. As to our Santa Claus that you mentioned a little while ago, I'd like to think we've got the most handsome wonderful Santa Claus. And he is constantly mobile. He walks around, takes candid pictures with anybody who asks. But this year, we're going to be moving him up into the gallery at the top of every other hour so that he can sit and read the night before Christmas to our young people that come to visit us. The hardware store is actually going to become a children's makerspace this year. So we're going to have lots of opportunities for kids to paint wooden toys to take home. We've got face painting going on upstairs, as well as Santa Claus, of course, at the top of every other hour, reading to them the night before Christmas. So it's going to be slightly different, much bigger, and much more child-oriented this year.
You know, people used to think they had to go to Roanoke to find X or Y gift, for the Christmas season. And I'm not kidding you. I remember going through there. I was lugging my video camera gear and my other camera gear, and I would see something and I'd say, okay, where can I store this for a minute and carry all this out of there? But I mean, what you're doing is creating multiple opportunities for people not to have to go to Roanoke. And you're right, the quality we've seen has been stupendous. Well, at any rate, we know you're busy. We definitely appreciate you coming on. We want to make sure that everybody knows it's the Clifton Forge School of the Arts, Kriskindlmarkt. It's Friday, November 21st from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Correct.
And then again on Saturday from 10 to 5.
Yes, sir. Right? That is correct. We're going to have music. We're going to have kids dancing, kids playing music inside of our German style tent. Please, guys, come. It's a magical time, and it's a lot of fun, and it's well worth the trip.
Well, thanks for all you do, and we appreciate you taking the time to speak with the Journal today.
Well, thank you for asking. Have a great day, Jerry.
Bye now.
In the Highlands of Virginia, families know they can count on Bath Community Hospital for care at the highest level.